Another thing about overthinking. So I'm having to let some of these thoughts and ideas go, and I guess the biggest thing is just about will I ever find love? I have to let that go and just focus on the love within myself. The next one is just about like life being pointless. Will it ever work out? Will I ever have meaning? Will there ever be meaning? Will I ever give me life meaning and really feel it and actually truthfully be appreciative and loving of it and embodying it and feeling it? Have to let that go. Just a lot of other thoughts and doubts, about our past, all the years we spent alive, all the little small things, sometimes having rushing, racing thoughts, overthinking about the most smallest things, like if you filled out your address or correct information properly for mail, for a lot of stuff, all these websites, all these things you ever signed up for, just a whole bunch of just deep, over analytical, overthinking stuff. And for all that stuff and everything else, to be honest, I just learned just to let it go and to stop overthinking about it and just to allow the flow. That's it. Just to create, to wake up and go. Because I've been noticing, I've been waking up with more energy, more energy, truthfully, for real. Because throughout this process, even though I was waking up earlier with some discipline, I noticed like I was very, still wanting to sleep deep down, still, tired, still, a little achy, still having to warm up a bit. Not all the time, but I noticed it, especially recently within the last 2 years of this awakening. I noticed today, the last few days, I've been waking up with naturally more energy. No pre-workout, no coffee, none of that stuff. But just actually feeling better about myself because my mind is becoming better, well, and clearer. You know, and that's that. I just let go of all that overthinking. Because sometimes, it can really overcome us. But I'm just letting go. And at least I noticed that doing YouTube, by having this platform to broadcast videos with, to have some sort of like base to, invest your energy in, is a cool idea, to be honest, because let's be real, especially a lot of us who aren't vegan or whatever, maybe on a different health page and whatnot, to be honest, there'll be a lot of clutter in our mind and our life with the people, with the objects, material stuff, with the thoughts, with the food, junk food, whatever. It can be very cluttered, and that's how the life can be because all your energy is being dispersed everywhere. But then what I noticed about whenever I went vegan is that boom, you're minimalizing stuff. How much material stuff you have inside your place, how many people you're talking to, how many thoughts you're having, all this stuff. And you're like simplifying your life down so that you are very impactful with your energy by giving truly 100% love, you know, by doing what you love, truthfully, you're not thinking about all this stuff or whatever. And it makes sense too. That's why probably these few brothers that I really was inspired by that became vegan stand out a lot than just the normal crowd, and that's what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Because I'm realizing it's deeper than people can really sometimes even imagine, you see the connectedness of stuff, you see love for what it is within ourselves and how it can possibly work across the board, because I've always been the guy that likes, to experience different environments. You know what I mean? I've been exposed to a lot. I've lived on the streets. I've lived in a beautiful mansion. Both sides of things, both sides of the coin. And I value just to be able just to be in peace universally. I don't need to hold everybody's hand and hug everybody, but I'm saying like just to be able to breathe in peace and freely to move throughout this world, this reality, peacefully, you know. And not everybody does that, you know what I'm saying? But I like to be able to go in the so-called hood or whatever and still be all right, you know. I like to be, or I'm cool with that. Even though I really don't go there anymore, but I've overcome that, you know. I'm just universal, to be honest, for real. Because I enjoy going to cool gyms, I enjoy beautiful houses, that are out in the suburbs or whatever, or old school houses, or whatever, apartments, like bottom line is I'm not here to discriminate towards any scenario of like color, of socio-economic status, none of that stuff. Like I feel like I've always been a well-rounded guy, and I am a well-rounded guy because I like going to 24-hour fitness, and I'll see some older brothers in there, and like I pick up off their vibe, that they establish themselves. They probably have grandchildren or whatever. They're older than my parents, some of them, and like it's a respectful vibe because an honorable vibe because it's like okay, it's cool. You know what I mean? You see, you don't gotta be a tough guy. You don't gotta be, you know, a quick fix kind of guy, macho man, whatever. You know, that you can actually live a long life. And still do what you love. Going to the gym where there's a bunch of different other types of people there. And that's what I appreciate because I noticed on my voyage, I was around people that it just really came off as one-sided on both sides. Like on all sides, it came off as one-sided to be real. Where, I was around this group or so-called color of people, then guess what? It felt like the emphasis was only to be like them and to only have other clones and people like them on all sides, whatever color you name it. It felt like that before. I've felt like that before on all sides. Trust me, for real. So, I don't know. That's just been a heavy subject for me because I see it differently. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people, big contrast, and they get well. They get along well. There's got to be something deeper that brings people together. And I'm realizing this too. I'm learning too. It's just I gotta express these things when they arise within my mind, my world, my thoughts. Because it's important. It's an important message. And then whenever we're home alone or whatever, it's just us and these walls, this room or whatever, and it's a recharge, safe center, whatever you want to call it. And at the same time, also like it's deep when we can like still be able to be mindful of everybody that's watching the videos, everybody that's tuning in. And that's like the deepest level I'm realizing, because I feel like a lot of people have pushed a lot of people out of their life because they came off as unfair, as racist, as disservice of all types, all colors, you know what I'm saying? For real. Without them even knowing. And that's why this page will be continuing to grow because I'm mindful of us all being connected. I'm mindful of the energy that I'm producing and my gift, my talent of this ability. It's hard to describe it, but it's working. You know what I'm saying? It's working. It's some deep stuff, but it's working for real. That's why I'm grateful to just be aware of that. Hey, this is going out to the world, And some people, a lot of times you see it, especially with musicians, artists, rappers, singers, this and that. Guess what? They get mad and they post out a song, this and that, and it has a whole bunch of this heavy energy towards maybe a particular person or scenario or whatever, and they get they get different responses from different people. They get some hate, they get some just neutral, and they get some love from just a group that they just are boxed in with. You know what I mean? And they'll go around the same cycle, doing the same things, the same drama, the same problems, the same publicity, all this stuff, not understanding that, hey, guess what? You gotta build a true universal frequency if you're getting tired of the hate, if you're getting tired of the drama, if you're getting tired of this stuff. You gotta realize that we're all connected, and that goes with who you're sharing your music with. Look at people like Bob Marley and the music that they sing, you know. Honestly, it's a universal message that people can sing together, can come together. Look at Michael Jackson. A lot of people want to talk smack about Michael Jackson. They want to make rumors about Michael Jackson. They want to degrade and make fun and, talk down on Michael Jackson. But that's a disrespectful thing to do because guess what? He's the number one selling artist of all time, musician of all time, for songs, for albums, really. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, there's got to be something deeper than just skin color. It's the message. It's the message. Facts. It's your boy Sky, broadcasting live. Have an amazing day.